For people who only use the if function when doing decision making in Excel, you should really look into the ifs and switch functions, because oftentimes with complex logic, these two functions can be a very suitable replacement. So let's start with the basics. With a standard if function, you have one criteria that's being judged. And if that criteria is true, we should go to the true side, and if it's false, we should go to the false side. But of course, there are plenty of situations where if something is true, maybe we want to make a second decision, or when something is false, maybe we want to make a second decision. So in those types of situations, we would typically nest if functions inside of the if function, which as things get more and more complex, makes it so that reading and ultimately being able to create this function successfully becomes much more complicated. If you see here, for example, if you're asking if A is greater than B, but if that's true, then ask further if A is greater than C, but otherwise, if A is greater than D, do something, if A is greater than E, do something else, this logic becomes very tricky to write and to understand. So in these two scenarios, we have either the ifs function or the switch function. The ifs function is for those situations where after you run your first test, you want to leave it open to run additional tests. So with the ifs function, you're basically saying, if the first test comes back as true, do this. But if it doesn't, then take another test. And if that comes back as true, you can do the option for the second one. But if it comes back as false, maybe you make another test. And you can continue to build those elements in until finally you complete it with the false at the very end. And if you see that side by side with the same sort of thing for the if function, you can see how much easier it is to write this. So for example, if you were trying to categorize employees, and you said, well, sometimes I'm going to categorize it by level, sometimes by date of hire, sometimes by salary, then writing this as a simple if function would involve three nested functions together, whereas writing it as the ifs function is a single function. So let's see that in the real spreadsheet here. So here we have the categorization of each of these employees. And in this one, we go up to level 9. So let's go to the Formulas tab at the top of the screen, to the Logical drop-down menu, and choose IFS. With the IFS function, it asks, what is our first logical test? So the first test I will make is the employee a level 9 employee? So I will judge whether H6 is equal to, quotation marks, L9. And if that's true, we will call that person an executive, in quotation marks. But then, what should be the second test be? Well, the second test should probably be something about the date of hire, for example. So let's say, for example, we go to date of hire over here on the left, and we ask the question, is the date of hire before or equal to the date value for, let's go with 1/1/2018. And if that's true, we will call this person an experienced employee. And finally, with logical test number 3, we will ask the question, is the salary, let's say over $150,000, so greater than or equal to 150,000. And if that is true, then we will come back with the true statement of high salary. Now finally, for logical test 4, what we're going to do is simply put in the value true, so that this one will absolutely catch everything else that's possible, and say, if it's true, put quotation marks, other. And then when we click OK, we see that the first person is in fact an executive at level 9. We autofill down, we see that this next person was hired before 2018, and this person makes over $150,000. But there's this person right here who was hired after 2018, who is a lower level than level 9, and who only makes $65,000 a year, and so they are categorized as being other. Now, there's another way to approach problems like this, and that's when there is a single value to be judged. See, in this situation, we've used the ifs function to test the level, the salary, the date of hire. But what if we were in a similar situation, but we only actually cared about their level? Well, in those situations, we would use the switch function. The switch function forces you, right at the beginning, to say what is the field that is being judged. So right up at the top, we will say, for example, well, we're looking to judge the field of what their level is. And then immediately following that are pairs of values and outputs. So if the field is set to this value, do this. If it's set to this value, do this, etc. So in the same situation here, like I said, if we're using just the level as the categorization, we can go to the logical drop-down menu and find the switch function. And you see the first question is, what is it that we are trying to figure out? And I'm going to say it's the level. Once we say that it's the level in cell H6, we can then specify what possible values there would be. So the first level would be level 9, and we'll say that the result from that is executive. Then we'll say the second level is level 8, and if they're at level 8, then they are a vice president. And if they are at level 7, they are a director. And if they are at level 6, they are a manager. But for all other levels, you see, each time we hit this next value, it always says either the value or the default. And so here we'll put in quotation marks, simply other. And then we click OK. We autofill that down, and we see that there are plenty of people who are executives, who are managers, who are vice presidents, and who are other.